Still a third of the season to play. May not seem like it, but Florida and Kentucky have opportunities to make it to the postseason. That makes this a must-win game for either side. It's a game against FBS competition. And here's Baugh on first down. Let's take a look at our instrument in receiving yards per game. Baugh taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's Sam Green on the stop for Kentucky.
Happen and they'll rally to tackle, so tough defense to get explosive plays on.
Another chance for Baugh. Tried to break free, but he's swallowed up, and he loses a couple. Third down 12. Pocket holds. Lagway has a tipped and picked off. It's Ty Bryant. Ty Bryant to the near side, and the former baseball star at Frederick Douglass High School playing center field takes it away after a David Rayner tip.
Big exaggerated hitch. Watch his feet work right there. See that hitch, how he moved to the right and then threw back to the left. That's why he's late. Allowed the defender there to undercut. David Rayner and the interception by Ty Bryant.
This has been good on third down conversions this season. And floated into the hands over the shoulder. Hardly Gilmore, the fourth, converts the third down. DJ Miller, the freshman, came in motion. Here comes perceived pressure, and they get it to Miller against the zone, and he takes it for the first down on a pickup of 15.
He beats him with a quick throw to the inside. A defensive end in space is going to get lost a little bit, so it's a great job of Cutter trusting, knowing he needed to throw opposite.
Hasn't missed inside 40 this season, and that remains true. Mark Stokes' team able to cash in on its opening drive. 5 yards on first down. Here's Baugh again, and Baugh gets taken down after gain of a couple with Rayner.
Coach is going to be calling the plays, so it's a combined effort in the booth to put this game plan together. Remember, Billy Napier
been there under 3 different head coaches, a dozen years in total on the Florida staff. Baugh again bends it back to the inside. Another stop for Ty Bryant. 4 or 5 on third down tonight. Lagway going deep and incomplete. That was Mizell. Blanketed by J.Q. Hardaway. Mizell had a step, came back. Right. Florida's first possession, and then Kentucky settled for a field goal. Kamori Macklin back healthy again, and he muffs this one into the hands of the Gators. The long snapper, Rocco Underwood. Right place, right time, and now a short field for the Gators. Baugh gets a touch, and he gets swallowed up. And obviously, he's a point of emphasis for this Kentucky defense that is protecting his red shirt. He's played 4 games and doesn't want to play anymore. 3rd and 7. Over the middle, complete, and a dive in for the touchdown. That's Baugh, one of the best receiving running backs in the SEC. And a 10-yard strike from Lagway. Boley hands it off, and a beautiful run by Seth McGowan. A nice visit with Seth this week, who started his college career at Oklahoma.
Pressing forward, I obviously would like to continue to keep running, and we've hit some solid runs, but then we've been stagnant in a couple of the runs. The pass game has been solid. They've been playing zone. They played well. Successful. Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Cutter Boley to Willie Rodriguez, and now going to the perimeter, and that is hauled in by Kendrick Law. Good for a first down.
In there and led to another chunk play.
This is only the second possession of the game for Kentucky. A muffed punt limited them to only 1 crack at it in the first quarter. Dante Dowdell rips off 7 on first down. Freshman quarterback. Pressure from the edge goes right to him. DJ Miller squeezes through for the first down. And now he's got man coverage downfield, and is caught, and a pylon touch for J.J. Hester. Touchdown, Kentucky. 29-yard strike for bowling. What amazing awareness by Hester to put the ball on the pylon for the score. To score.
Watch Jaden Woods run right by Cutter Boley on the play fake. Number 15 right there. I mean, he could have blown up Cutter Boley. Gets fooled by the play action, and a great ball on the back shoulder to the big target, J.J. Hester, 6'5", 203, the transfer from Oklahoma.
Over the last few seasons. Now, that is limited significantly tonight due to injuries and opt-outs with the wide receivers, and a big tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That's Grant Godfrey with the stop. And it's not the only way they've simplified things for DJ Lagway over the last two games, maybe even more so tonight. There's Katie Daniels. The ball came out. Kentucky thinks they have it. No signal from the officiating crew, though the Cats left with the football.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Kentucky.
And the ball was loose. Cam Dooley ends up picking up the loose ball. It's a second takeaway for the Cats tonight.
Oh, it actually looks like it hit the leg of Cameron Waits, the offensive lineman there, 75 for Florida. I think the right calf maybe.
Boley goes over the middle, and a crossing route caught but short of the sticks by Hardly Gilmore. And that'll be 4th and inches. Bryce Thornton the stop. Along with Josh Caddis, the tight end, and a direct snap to McGowan, and he is through to extend this possession for Kentucky.
Either way, first down, good play call.
And a bounce to the outside by McGowan. Cole, really interesting story spending time with Seth McGowan this week and learning how he views leadership. Kendrick Law in motion. Boley going that direction, and that is caught at the sideline, and a first down conversion. By the way, do you think in New Mexico State sent to this league?
I know, right? Eli Stowers, Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt.
And this guy, Seth McGowan, who takes it to the 20, and Florida now running at will. 3rd down 3. McGowan trying to squeeze through, and he is just short. Do you take the points, or you go for it again?
Early from Coach Stoops.
Extra lineman to the right again.
Law in motion, and around the edge, picks up the first down. Kentucky's season was defined by their goal line failures against Texas, and now in short yardage situations, they've succeeded twice in this drive.
Yeah.
Got to keep their foot on the neck of a program that's playing under an interim coach. Boley down the sideline, touchdown, Jason Patterson. First receiving touchdown of the career of the Florida native out of Sneads, Florida, Jason Patterson. And Boley's thrown 2 tonight.
Devin Moore to question. Devin Moore, the right side of your screen right now, sees the eyes inside. It allows Patterson to get outside, and Kentucky answers.
Gators have turned on the trend. They've been sensational on 3rd down tonight. Another check down and behind Baugh, incomplete. 4th and 4 with 2:47 remaining in the half, and here comes the Florida punt team. Good enough. We wanted to get some updates. Seth McGowan dances his way down the sideline, and that is near a first down.
Tom, you've been watching too much WWE.
Something like that, or Ohio Valley. Boley goes to the outside, and a spin by Kendrick Law, breaks free. Got some friendly fire at the 20, but it's a pickup of 25.
That is the exact same play they hit last drive to Kendrick Law. They motion it from one side to the other, attacking this zone match defense from Florida with perfection.
4-man rush. Boley lets it go down to the 2. Out of bounds, Jamori Macklin. Macklin missed last week's game with an injury. For the pride of Hodgenville, Kentucky. Here's McGowan and an open door to the end zone. Now Mark Stoops and I were talking pregame, and I said maybe 21's enough to win it. They've already put 23 on the board. Kids are losing their shirts, and we're still a point after away from adding to the tally.
I love the design, getting Kendrick Law in one-on-one matchups downfield, letting him do the rest with the ball in his hands after. And this is a great read and throw by Cutter Boley, holding Devin Moore in the flats, then squeezing that one in the honey hole, that cover 2 look to Jamori Macklin before Seth McGowan punches it in for the 3rd straight touchdown drive for this Kentucky offense. I mean, they just look night and day different. Remember last week, and I know Auburners.
4-man rush again. This time the pocket holds, and Lagway lobs it downfield, overthrows man. He's picked off for the 2nd time tonight. Quaysheed Scott on the return. Sheds a would-be tackler. He's got the sideline, and he's finally brought down. Lagway forced him out of bounds, and it is a Grove Street party here in Lexington tonight. A chance to add on to a 24-7 lead.
Down the middle, this ball has to be completed before 25 yards downfield. You can't give those safeties time to redirect. That ball has way too much air on it. That ball has to be on a line. You cannot let a cover 2 safety that's headed towards the sideline redirect and intercept that ball over the middle of the field. It is a great play by Quaysheed Scott, but a mistake by DJ Leg.
I want to follow up on that if we have time on this 2nd down play for Kentucky. Boley trying to run with it. They're going to have to use a timeout when he goes down. And the ball came loose, but they say he was down. A lot has been made of all the time that was missed by DJ Lagway in the offseason.
After further review, the ball carrier fumbled the ball. It was recovered by the defense. It'll be 1st down at the 22-yard line.
Timeouts, but you got to get down quick or waste too much time.
Lagway sidearms it out. It's picked up again. 3rd of the game. This one belongs to David Rayner. Two picks for Kentucky have come on tips.
They're just going to try to hit.
Please reset to 12
chain ball in the
seconds.
flats here. And
1, 2, 12 seconds. Thank you.
Ball is behind. He does have a defender falling into his legs there, but I think that was just a miss. Tried to sidearm that one and left it too far inside. Baugh did his best to bring that down, but
Boley looking for Hester, and he's intercepted. It's Bryce Thornton who slid underneath it. These teams playing hot potato here late in the 2nd quarter.
Consistent blocking in front of him here at Kentucky.
Yeah, he insisted it wasn't always a clean look. Boley steps up. He's going to try to run for it. Then he breaks from the pocket to pick up the 1st down with his legs, and the pile moves all the way past the 40.
And this is exactly what Bush Hamden was talking about when we talked to him a couple quickly. 1 to 2, you see him looking to the right. It's not there. Get vertical. Don't try to escape the pocket back into the side. A lot of times quarterbacks, that's where you're comfortable, right? Escaping deeper, but often those runs field.
That's Gilmore in motion, 4 wide, and Law picks up the blitzing back, complete to the perimeter to Fred Ferrier II, who had 2 huge catches in the 4th quarter of the win against Auburn, and now the veteran from Frankfurt back at it again 2nd half tonight. Jordan and I can't even get a hoodie.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
You got to talk with some O-line play if you're going to do that and get that.
Here's McGowan. Great blocking downfield, and McGowan picks up the 1st down before Aaron Childs brings him down. On EA College Football 26, and if you're not using video games for reference points, you're not doing it right. McGowan and fights for extra yardage. You can see on his last 2 runs, Jordan, exactly what you talked about. Instead of trying to stretch it out, a little bit of daylight on the interior.
Yeah, this is a play where maybe as he gets through the initial right here, maybe he tries to push that to the outside. Instead, sticks his foot in the ground and probably gets 5 or 6 extra yards by
Dowdell spelling McGowan in the backfield. Dowdell straight ahead, and he bowls over a Gator at the 5. Ran right through the entire congregation. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Shiaz Pete and Joshua Braun.
This should get us geared.
Oh, absolutely. Just slam down the defensive line there, create a huge hole for Dowdell.
They overload the right side, unbalanced. And it's a direct snap. McGowan, he is in. And a thriller run for Seth McGowan. 5-yard plunge after he did all of the work to begin with.
Adjust to this at all. Look at, there is nobody to the right side of who is actually the tackle, but because of the extra offensive lineman, Shiaz Pete on that side.
We need to watch Pete's blocking.
And a handoff to Baugh. Finds nothing. It is a steep hill for Florida.
They're going to drop out.
4-man rush. Jones to the right, wanting to throw, and couldn't turn the corner. Got a shove in the back to force him out of bounds. Going that way anyway by Jaden Williams.
For the second half.
2nd and 10. Batted and into the hands of Baugh, and he gets taken down immediately.
That's you know, like the Madden curse back in the day.
7 to 8, depending on where George wants to cut me off, which he always tries to do.
Here comes pressure. And a sack. David Rayner. For Kentucky defense, which lit up Auburn with pressure last week. First of the night, it's a loss of 10.
Boy, it was just great effort in here, and you're going to get a handful of guys just compressing that pocket into the lap of Tramel Jones.
It's a slide buster, Jordan. You know it's gap protection, so you just overload multiple gaps, understanding that one of those guys.
Big Jaden Williams in on the mix on that one as well.
Unloaded, and it's Hardaway. He was out of bounds, incomplete. Didn't squeeze it. Pressure on again, and they go to the tight end, and Hayden Hansen can't break free. It's Hardaway there. And he talked about that being a benchmark win for this program under him as McGowan tries to find the edge. That was the end of 31 consecutive losses, and he said when I got here prior to that, where it seemed like the play clock had expired in an overtime Florida win, Dante Dowdell with the first down run.
It's not very original.
No. McGowan picks up 9. Just think about the difference, the feeling around this program with games against a couple of playoff contending teams remaining on the schedule. Huge hole. Here goes Dante Dowdell. Dowdell inside the 10, into the end zone. 65-yard sprint for Dante Dowdell.
Right here, he's going to get 1 block, redirect, and get 2 blocks. Cole's going to love this. Even knocks over Jagger Burton, his center. Get out the way, son. Gets 2 blocks, plowing the road for Dante Dowdell.
And they try to hand it off to Byron Lewis, and he had nowhere to go.
Gusta.
Or Gusta, but by any name, the senior from San Bernardino is a great player, and he was fun to visit with this week. Yeah, well, Gusta means like, so that's good. Jones pressured from behind, and incomplete. Turnover on downs. Trying to find Vernell Brown III. Despite the transgressions this week you may have read about, But they love what Bo Allen has done as well, and room on the left side for Jason Patterson. We were down there for that game at the Swamp. Here in motion. That was a 10-win season for the Cats. Bo Allen tried to scramble on 4th down. The ball comes squirting out, scooped up by Florida. It would be a turnover on downs regardless, but Gums may have a fumble recovery if it's not an incomplete pass. Seems like a moot point. 31-point game.
Is a fumble recovered by
6:09
the
to go.
defense.
It's your young, true freshman quarterback. Realistically, when you got a true freshman out there in a game, you probably have.
Tramel Jones fires on comeback, and that was knocked away, incomplete. That will leave 4th and 9. Rennell Brown, the third. Of 16 for 57 yards tonight. He's played the entirety of the second half. And he slings it out of the backfield to his running back, and K.D. Daniels stopped, and it's a turnover on downs. You're leaning on receive big paychecks to come here, or does that matter?
I think it matters because it might not mean as much to those individuals. It might be more about the paycheck. It'll be harder to rally them together, go out and try to continue to accomplish things.
We know it means a lot to Mark Stoops. His program, this city, and this state mean a lot to him. And he spoke to us about that. This is very weak. He was emotional in his post-game interview last week after the win against Auburn. This one more matter of fact. First 30-point conference win for this program since they took care of Vandy in the same fashion in 1998.